Okay guys, I got this little vacuum cleaner. Well, my husband got me this little vacuum cleaner, Vac Master, and I believe it was under 100. I'm pretty certain it was even under 60, but I'll look up for you to see. But it's small, but here's the thing. My freaking dryer. Like, this happens and I clean out every time, but look at that. And then when you go outside, you're supposed to vacuum the tube outside too, like once a month, depending on how often you use it, because you can get dryer fires. So I'm gonna show you how to vacuum out the inside, and then we'll go out. I'll show you how I do that. It's probably not the best way, but like I do what I can, and the dryer actually dries faster. So it didn't come with this. I had to take this from my house vacuum. So Vacuum Master, you need to have all of the attachments. It says every single attachment except for this. You need this. I also went ahead and cleaned up all the leaves and the stuck on wet lint. Then I moved on to the front porch since I was out there already and I was already kind of dirty. I was like, you know, every time I walk in the house, I see this dirty walkway, and I haven't scrubbed it down since probably last spring. And I know that the dogs don't always go all the way out. And I was like, you know, like sometimes the hose just isn't enough. So here's me scrubbing. I'm pleased with how clean it is. Definitely the front porch could have used like an actual floor scrubbing, but I can only do so much in one day. We'll save that for another day. And then I'll show you how dirty my air purifier is, because it's Thursday, and Thursday is the day that I clean those out. So I'll show you. It's terrible, and I want one for every room now because I feel like my air is dirty. Okay guys, so this is the thing I was talking about, the air purifier. I think that's what it's called, it's AirTalk. The brand is AirTalk. My mother-in-law got me this around my birthday time. So let me show you. I just did this on Sunday, and today's Thursday. So 4 days. Oh, look how foul it is. Do you see that? Like, look. I'm not trying to play with it, but I kind of am. Look at that. I have another filter, but like I said, every week, so I've just been vacuuming this one out. And I'll probably replace it soon. I definitely think having an air purifier is a good idea, and I'd eventually like to get one for each one of the bedrooms. just, so we've done the whole box fan where you put one of those AC cardboard filters on the back, you like duct tape it on, but then the fan gets kind of hot, so like it makes everything really hot. And those ones usually last about a week. We've had to do it when we've had like those forest fires here because we get so much smoke. So, and then when we had the dogs, you know, we've been doing construction on the house, like it's under renovation. So we just kind of we let Bruce just have at it because this wall's coming down anyways for the new kitchen. So that's why my living room is colored on, because every wall is pretty much coming down. It's gonna be re-drywalled, windows are gonna be moving. So I'm not too concerned about it. I know it doesn't look very cool, but like, I think it's pretty cool that he's autistic and can't really talk to us. So he's starting to write to us. Like he can read and write. He's going to be reading and writing before he's verbally communicating with us. So I don't mind, honestly. It's comforting for me to see his little drawings all over the place, because to me it means that someday he might talk to me. Like that's a big thing for mama. So I don't mind it, and if people don't like it, that's okay, because it means something special to me, and it's not going to be like this for forever. So in a year or two when he's not doing it, I'll be like, remember when he used to color on the walls when he was learning how to talk to us? Like, the other day he wanted to go to Sonic and he didn't know how to say it, so he was just like SONIC, and then just went back to his tablet. Like, you got that right? Like, I wish he'd warned me before he starts spelling things, because sometimes I don't have time and I'm like, what did you, and he won't do it again. So it's been a fun journey though, for sure. It's super cute. So another hobby of mine that I am kind of known for doing, besides just reading books, I really like gardening. That, like, vegetable gardening. I love indoor plants. I've tried growing some tropical plants. I just don't have the right setup. Like, sometime I would like to have some poison dart frogs. Like, terrariums look like totally something I would want. Like plantscaping, fish tanks. I would love to do that. So anyways, what I have done is gardening, and it's about that time. It's March here now in the PNW, the Pacific Northwest. So we start some of our things inside, because for me, I don't know about everybody else, but for me, I generally don't get to put my plants actually outside, like my tomatoes and peppers, my tomatillos, those things, until closer to like July, like middle to end of July, sometimes not even until June, just because it rains so much and it's cold. Like, our summer is kind of short. It's great, it's hot, it's beautiful, everything's green, everything grows, but it's only like 4 months if we're lucky. So I always start my stuff early, so by the time it's ready to go outside, it's almost like blooming and ready to pollinate, so I get more fruit out of it before the end of the year, because some of our things will go until September or even October, and I'm just pulling out the tomato plants because I'm like, I'm sick of it. I don't want any more tomatoes. So I want to have that problem. Last year I skipped the garden, and like, I definitely made the summer weird. So this year, my seed haul. Well, I'm trying to show you guys my seed haul for this year that I got at random places. But then I spilled some broccoli seeds because I didn't put it in a bag or tape it. And now they're everywhere. We have organic Fairy Moore's cantaloupes. I've never grown cantaloupes before. That'll be a first. I have some sweet California Wonder Peppers from Fairy Moore as well. I have watermelons. They always turn out super tiny, and I'm lucky if I get one or two, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to figure it out. It's like pumpkins. Once you figure it out, you've got it. Then we've got some chives, which I actually have some sprouting in the front, so I should probably just go sprinkle these in a pot. I was just worried because we've had snow. I'm just like, make sure the snow's done. It probably wouldn't hurt anything, but I just want to make sure they work. There is broccoli seeds. We talked about these. They were everywhere. These are green sprouting calabrese broccoli by Fairy Moore's, the same. A lot of these, I think all of these are by the same seed company, except for the ones I ordered. I ordered a few on Amazon because they just didn't have some of the things that we found necessary. My daughter really wanted sunflower seeds, so we did that, and she really loves carrots, so I got some of those too. So these are the sunflowers that we have a lot. I didn't realize how many they had sent. I just saw like 5 varieties, and I thought, oh, they'll probably be like 10 seeds each, right? This is some, I'm trying to find the name of the company. Sereni Seeds? Serena Seed. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. So they have Teo, Mammoth Stripes, Teddy Bears, Erikari, Titan, Mongolian Giants, and Autumn Beauty. So So my plan for these is I have a garden patch that's like in front of one of our rock walls in the back, because our backyard is levels. So I think that I might just make like an exterior garden box on the outside of the actual vegetable garden and plant it so that it kind of keeps things a little more shaded. But then also when it comes time for like the fall, I can take pictures, family pictures in front of the sunflowers, and it will be fun just to pick them, and like we could dry them, we could salt them. Last year I did do a few sunflowers and I left them on the porch. I cut the heads off and pulled them out because they were the mammoth ones. They were taller than the house, so like it took some oomph to, like I had to hack it down with like a knife, and then I had to pull it out, and it took so much dirt with it. It was like a hole. And so I was busy dumping like the stalks into the back in the compost, and by the time I came up, half of the sunflower heads were gone because the squirrels and birds just like attacked them. And I was like, now there's just a mess on my porch, and I don't really like, there's only half of it left. So this is more than we'll ever need. Let's see, there's 2, 3, 450 sunflower seeds. So she is going to get her wish. She's going to have sunflower seeds. Sunflowers. I love making pickles, so I have some Suttmer's cucumbers. Swiss chard is one of my favorites because it grows so fast. I always have tons of tomato plants because salsa, curry, green tomatoes, fried green tomatoes, tomato sandwiches, like I just really love them. And store-bought tomatoes just they don't taste the same. They kind of like the fruit itself is like soggy already, and like when you get it from the garden, it's like crisp and hard and firm, and it's juicy, and it tastes sweeter to me. So I look forward to summer tomatoes. I really don't generally enjoy eating tomatoes in the off season. I will with other things, but I won't just like do like toast and butter and tomatoes because they don't taste that good. But in the summer with the garden tomatoes, I will. I don't know if you guys feel that way too, but I feel like the home stuff just tastes better most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time. Then we have some jalapeno early hot peppers, and I'll be planting these as well pretty soon here in the house. Summer squash, black beauty, zucchinis, you know, zucchini bread. You can freeze it, you can do all kinds of things. You know, you could put zucchini and applesauce together and it can be like a butter substitute. I'll have to look into it and let you know, but like I saw that, I was reading one of those diabetic cookbooks, and it was saying like a way to cut down on sugar is you can use applesauce for other things. And I'm like, huh, like substitutes are strange, but it's fun when you need one to know, because you're like, let's just try and see if it works. Please work. Then we have evergreen bunch onions. They're just like little, I don't know, I call them scallions, but radishes. I have a thing for radishes. Like I got into this like thing where I was fermenting a bunch of vegetables, because like whenever you have extra vegetables, sometimes you just have like a bowl and you're like, what do I do with all these random veggies? Like it's not enough to make salsa. Everybody's tired of eating it. Nobody else wants it. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to throw it out. So I started fermenting them, and I'll go over that with you guys probably this summer too. But you put them all in a jar, you do a salt water mix, and then it like ferments, you know, and then you have fermented stuff, and it's supposed to be really good for like your gut health, and it's supposed to introduce probiotics in like a natural way. So beets are one of my favorite things because they're really hard and spicy normally, but when you ferment them or pickle them, either way, they take on a different flavor, and the soft texture is kind of like a beet, and I really enjoy like pickled beets. They're delicious. So that is something that, and radishes, the reason why I kind of went overboard and like I'm like, I always want every single variety that there ever is. They are so fast to grow. I'm serious. Like it says this is 60 days to harvest, so 2 months, that's like nothing. And this one is 28 days, that's less than a month. So you plant them, they come up within 2 or 3 days, and then like you forget about them, and then you walk over and you're like, oh my gosh, all these radishes are ready for me to pull. Like let's hope there's enough to pickle. Or, you know, I know, I'm sorry, I'm the radish queen, they say so. And then we got cucumbers, straight 8s for sandwiches. And then carrots. I know that carrot seeds are kind of tough to plant, but I had some pretty good luck last year. Or the year before, not last year, the year before, I took the carrot seeds and put a board on top of them after I watered them so they wouldn't float away, and that seemed to really help. I've also taken on the habit the last couple of years that I did have a garden, because we usually have one, just not last year. That's why I keep saying that. Last year was an oddity to not have one. But I've also taken carrots and root, and anything root, like beets, radishes, carrots, and taking it and sprinkling the seeds in between the already planted beds, because then I could get a lot more in there. And a tomato plant doesn't care if there's 3 or 4 beets on the bottom, as long as you give it enough fertilizer and water. I've never had a problem with it. So that's what I'll be doing with these, and it kind of holds the seeds together better too. I think they're more protected so they don't wash away. So we have, I got this pack, I'm not going to read all of them off, but I got this pack of, it's a bunch of different kinds of carrots. I swear I just have the bag. So this I got from Amazon, the whole bunch of carrots. It says 10 carrot seeds, different kinds of carrot seeds, not just 10 total. They're heirloom seeds by Home, I think it's Homegrown. Homegrown is the brand. So, and there was a lot in here. There was more than I expected there to be. There are carrots and sunflowers. So what I have left to find is tomatillos. I still need to get some garlic starts because it's kind of too late for seeds now. And I don't have any parsley or mint or catnip or, so pretty much just herbs. I think I'm just looking at herbs now. So that's my seed haul for right now. And then I'm gonna keep you guys updated as I start them. I just ran out of potting soil and haven't gone to get some. Remember how I said I was gonna repurpose that book box for the teas? I'm gonna get a heavy piece of cardstock or like foam board and put it on the inside of here, so that it's a lid, you know, to cover this, and just hot glue it on the inside so it will still close but it won't fall out. I think that's cute. I can keep my seeds on my bookshelf now. When we come in here, we have all these African violets that I started. You remember this last summer, a few months, I think it was last summer. I took all those clippings. We have plants. I'm just waiting for them to bloom so I can tell everybody what color they are, because I have 3 different colors and I don't know which one's which, so they should bloom shortly soon. These are grow lights, I'm sorry. Then these are our tomatoes, the sweetie tomatoes. Oh no! And I've been bottom watering everything, but it still has a little mildew on it, so I'm going to bottom water it again, and then I'm going to do a 25% peroxide with 75% distilled water, and you just take a spray bottle and spray it on top of the dirt and it will kill the mold. So we'll do that. It's just, seedlings need a lot of water, and I think that this room got a little cold for sure. And these should be peppers. I don't know what that was, a rock. And then, yep, see, we have cayenne long slim peppers, and they take a bit longer. I planned all this at the same time. It's taking a bit longer. And this was supposed to be the bigger tomatoes, but they're looking a little bit gangly. I think we might just start those over. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think it's just the extra grow light on top, but I've been rotating them, so I'm not sure what's going on there, unless the seeds were mispackaged. That kind of looks like leafy something to me. It doesn't really look like a tomato, but it could just because it's lengthy. We'll see what happens. Here's some more African violets and more trailing plants. And I'm just gonna get some more dirt, and I have tons of seeds to start. Okay, happy gardening. This is Miss Minnie. She's our last bunny. She's had applesauce today, cucumbers, food. Yep. She was the first and the last bunny. We kind of did like this mini farmstead during COVID. It was like, I planted as much as I could. We had bunnies, chickens, geese, ducks, like we went crazy. And we only have a 1/4 acre, so like, it was a lot of things for the space we had, so like we had to keep it really clean. And we had a bunny colony for a while, and Minnie was the first bunny mama that we had. And all of the others have since been adopted out or have, you know, moved on to the green bunny pasture. So she's our last bunny, and so I thought that she should live a life in style in the house. So we put her in one of the pack and plays, the big ones that the kids are too big for, because it's a pretty nice pack and play. We got her a dog bed, and she's got all of her stuff, and it's nice and warm. She doesn't have to worry about anything bugging her anymore. We're just gonna let her live out her days. Well guys, thanks for cleaning with me today. My first one on film, but I think it went rather well. I hope that you'll clean out your, you know, something. Pick one thing. Just pick one thing. You'll feel so much better because you've accomplished one thing a day. That's all you gotta do. That's all we can do. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all the support. I cannot believe how much the YouTube channel has grown just in the last week or two. You guys are so amazing. I'm going to do my best to put my best forward for you. So I hope that you guys really enjoy the gardening, the mom duties, the books, mainly the books, but there's going to be other things too. Thank you guys so much for visiting, and I will see you again shortly.